coming back once again. Mitty man, gotta give you a hand clap, bro. Strong video when you was talking about the tithe and giving. You know what? Man, after looking at that video, it made me come up with this title. What in the hell are we doing with the money in these churches? What in the hell? You see it up there. What in the hell are we doing with the money in these churches? And we've been talking about this a little bit, and I feel you with your comments you left on mine, and we was talking about the difference between tithe and giving and how these churches are, not all churches, let me just say this right, but the majority of these churches taking up all this money and you don't have nothing to show for it. Taking up all this money and won't even help nobody in the neighborhood. Taking up all this money in the church look worse than a crack house. I done stepped in some of these churches, bro, and it don't make no sense how they look. And I'll be shocked at how much money they be taking up. And once again, I'm not here to discourage nobody from paying tithes. Y'all already know my outlook on paying tithes and all that. But what in the hell are you doing with the money in these churches? Why can't the floor get fixed? Why can't the roof get fixed? Why the pews look like they look? Why are you steady begging and don't have nothing to show for it? I like what you said, Mitty man. Oh man, that video just crunked me up, and I was just about to get into the music, but I saw that video, man, and I tell you, it made me come up with this title, what in the hell are you doing with the money in these churches? You said, just like I said in my video, and I am like this, if I am giving my money to a church, and all they doing is taking up money, and there is nothing being done, I'm not going to give my money to that church. I told you what I do. I'd rather go give it to somebody's family that need help. See, my charity starts at home, bro. And this is why most people don't want to give no more. First of all, they tired of all the begging. And then second of all, you begging people and begging people. Then you coming back begging for more and more after some of these people that already paid their 10%. And you getting back up talking about we need $400 more. We need to at least reach $1,000. Then when you get to 1,000, you want to roll on to $1,200 and keep going. What are you doing? Having a begging contest? I told you, man, I be at some of these churches, I feel like I'm at a car auction, man. Can I get 45 over here, 45? Oh, 50, 65, let's get 100 over here, 125, blah, 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 70. Oh, sold. We done sold the Lord. And I ain't meaning that to be funny, bro. We taking up so much money and nothing to show for it. And then when you ask the question, well, what is going on with the tithe money? Why we haven't got this fixed? Why the church still look the same? Like Steve Harvey said, been taking up money. Every church you know got a building fund. And like Steve Harvey said, won't even put a doorknob on the church. That's why I did in my skit with the preacher that was begging for the $20,000. That's why you heard me say, ain't even put a door on the church. Forget the doorknob. Some of them can't even get a door up. And it's getting way more out of hand, bro. What in the hell are they doing with the money in some of these churches? That's why I love to see these churches that are prospering. And these ones that's doing this, man, they've been looking the same for the last 20 years, man. You can go back to your hometown and be like, damn, they still doing the same thing, man. And they're taking up all this money. Same thing goes on in these choir stands, bro. Now, you know pretty much every church you go to, they take up choir dues. Taking up, what is $5 a week or $2 a week for every person. They take up money every week. Some of them sitting on $2,000, $3,000 and more, and you can't even get a microphone in the church. You can't get the piano fixed in the church. You can't even go wash the choir robes. You got people trying to hand wash the robes in the backyard of the church. It's just ridiculous, man. Because if you're not helping the poor, you're not helping others, you're not taking care of the church, the needs of the church, then what are you doing with the money? I tell you, and I'm going to say this bold again. Preachers, I hope a whole lot of y'all preachers looking at this video, I don't give a damn how much you stand up in these pulpits trying to beg the hell out of folks. That ain't even scripture. That's not the way Christ was. And y'all sitting up with all this begging and and trying to rob the congregation. Some of y'all preachers done made more money off of the church than you done made in your whole damn life. Oh, you looking good, suited and gated down, driving the best car, got the nicest house, but the house of God look worse than the crack house. I know I just made a lot of y'all mad with that. But hey, somebody got to tell the truth. Why not let it be me? Because God didn't tell me to shut my mouth up on all this wrongdoing. Like you was just saying, Many Man, that is why Paul was addressing these churches. It wasn't to the people in the world. He was checking the churches, the church folks. Paul is a great example, man. That's why I love reading about Paul. Like I just said in the other video, Paul wrote over half of the New Testament, and you wonder why. When you look at what was going on in these churches, man, that's why Paul said, I'm a tent maker. He said, yes, you supposed to take care of the elders, but what in the hell is these elders doing? I don't know, bro. All this begging contests is begging and begging. And now we need to take up some of these churches. I done seen got to take up 5 offerings, man. I had somebody had me take up, they charged me for parking, bro. I think I spent about $800 at the church one time. I'm joking, but that's what it seemed like, bro. I said, damn, man, you got to pay to park at the house of God? Then I got to the door, the usher said, you got your tithes? I said, damn, I don't even go to this church. She said, you better give good, brother, because we need to get the house of God taken care of. I said, well, if you would line up the house of God the way the words say, then you wouldn't have to worry about all this begging. I know she got mad, but who cares? See, I check folks, man. I don't give a damn what your title is coming up my face with all this stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the way Christ worked. Check it, people. If you paying I know a million people gonna say, well, JT, you need to give your money anyway. Don't worry about where the money going. The hell with that. Oh, no. Yes, I need to know where the money going, because I'm like Many Man. I'm just as guilty if I'm giving my money. I'm just as guilty if I'm giving my money to these churches and they ain't helping nobody. They ain't helping the church. No, I'm going to keep my money and give it to somebody else. See, that's why I'm not stuck on this 10% stuff. I'm not stuck on what your pastor say you give. First of all, your pastor ain't got no business telling you what to put in church. It ain't even his business. Now, we done made it to the point that we got to have, when somebody join the church, I got to call this member in this room, and we need to meet with this family to see what they're going to be putting in church. Man, come on. Some of these churches won't even let you be a member unless you paying a heavy tithes, boy. But what about your soul? What about salvation? What about the true word of God? Good God Almighty. What in the hell are you doing with the money in these churches? Other than sitting on it and using it for your own personal need. Oh yeah. How many more people we gonna see get busted behind robbing the church? How many more? Beware of these false prophets dressed in sheep clothing, but they really just raving wolves. Nowadays, these people got their own word. That's why you need to recognize a false prophet, a false teacher, fake people. They got their own word, they got their own Bibles, and they got their own way of running the church. Not everybody, though, but I'm just exposing. I'm going to expose what's going on, and I'm going to tell the truth. That's why big shout out to the ones that are doing right, but everybody ain't doing right. Sometimes right don't seem right, do it, people. You doing all you can, and you got folks, these traditional religious folks been sitting in these churches, they done paid I don't know how much money to the church. As soon as they have one problem, let their car need to be fixed. Let their lights go out. Let they need electric bill paid. And you know what's going to happen? Church going to turn them down. Then they going to go start keeping a record of how long you been paying tithes. Or should we, why do you need this money? Damn, why they need it. They've been going to the church for 20 years. Just give them the money. They've been giving all they can to the church, and the church won't even buy them a Subway sandwich. Won't even buy a 50-cent soda water. And it saddens my heart to see these things. You got to have a big old meeting on where this is why we should, do you think we should let that person borrow the money? Borrow the money. Man, I don't know what the house of God is now, man. I tell you, that's why I don't blame folks when they stay at home, bro. I'm going to say that again. I can't blame them, man. Because it's hard enough myself trying to stay in the church. I told you, that's why I make humor with a lot of stuff. It's hard as hell, man, staying in church nowadays when you see all this old fake stuff. Because like you said, man, if God ain't in it, it's best you stay out of it. It's best that you stay out of it. And it's sad that you got to say that about the house of God, because God ain't in half of these churches. Man, and they traditions are. You're sitting up begging for 30, 40 minutes for what? You can't take none of this stuff to heaven with you. Every sermon you preach is on, you need to pay your tithes. Every time you stand up for offering tithe, Malachi 3 and 8 got to come out. I ain't never once seen no preacher get up at offering time and say, you know what, let's do something different today. Let's take up something for sister such and such who have her kids and lost her husband. Let's give this to such and such. You don't see that in church nowadays. You know what you see? We need y'all to give y'all money. Hollering and fussing at folks. Was it like that back then? No. You look at what the priesthood was doing back then, and you look at what's going on now. Now, when I say that about the priesthood, I'm talking about Malachi now. When they was doing whatever. There is nothing new under the sun. What in the hell are y'all doing with the money in these churches? And then got the nerve, man, to keep trying to have musicals. Won't buy an organ, won't buy a PA system, and then want to just tape and patch up everything you got. You want to invite about 5 or 6 or 10 different groups, and you can't even seat 100 people in there. The house of God is supposed to be comfortable. That's why you was paying your tithes and giving. So the house of God can be comfortable. You need the air conditioner on. You need the pews to be fixed. You need the equipment in the corner. You need the house to look nice, patch up these old raggedy floors. And I'm walking in half of these churches, they still got buckets everywhere around the church because they won't get the roof fixed. I'm sick of looking at all these bake sales and fish plates in the back. And they've been doing it for years with it, man. And you done sold all this fish and done baked all these cookies and cakes, and you still ain't got the church fixed. I know y'all mad at me. I don't give a damn, man. I'm sick of it, bro. The truth has to be told, and I ain't mad at nobody. I just speak boldly, bro. You know me, man. All these bake sales and carnivals and man, raffle tickets and selling this, whoever, we ain't gonna get this TV, and the house of God is gonna keep on looking raggedy, man. Ooh, we took up $1,000. What you do with it? You could have put that $1,000 on the floor. You could have took that $1,000 and bought a PA system for the church. You could have bought some microphone stands. You ought to be tired of standing over the person that's playing and holding the mic for them. It's just so embarrassing, man. When the microphone stand don't even cost that much money. Damn, I'll donate you a boom stand. Please, people, let's get out of this ignorance, man. What in the hell, man, are we doing with the money in these churches? What are we doing? Can't get the driveway fixed. People breaking their legs trying to get out their car in half of these churches. I seen one church the other day, the steeple was just leaning. Looked like it was finna fall over and caved the whole church in, bro. What in the hell are we doing with the money in these churches? Why are some of these preachers steady getting richer and richer? I know why. Because they got their own sermon on prosperity. And they got the congregation brainwashed. I guarantee you, man, if we can go in half of these churches and put a camera on who's struggling, we wouldn't have enough time to cover all them videos, bro. Because you would be shocked who's sitting in these houses of guys struggling. But they the ones giving all they can. And they giving, paying their tithes and giving from their heart. That's why you don't see people want to even pay tithes no more, man. Because the lifestyle of these preachers, not all of them. The begging for money, the fancy suit, the suits and gaiters, and Stacey Adams up and down. Ain't nothing wrong with looking good, but dang, can you do it the right way? What in the hell are we doing with the money in these churches? And I'm going to leave on that. Think about it, people. What is your money really going to? And how many times you going to keep on supporting mess? Because you is just as guilty as the pastor. That's why as a minister of music, I get off the organ now when I see these preachers coming and begging for money. No, I'm not finna keep playing the music. The hell with that. I would leave you cold and stuck because I don't want to be guilty with y'all and y'all BS. And I'm out of here. Take care. God bless. One.